everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of Breakfast of Champions, the only podcast on the internet where there's two guys streaming at a beach. And I'm joined by this deep sea diver himself, exploring the Marianas Trench. Aaron, Katsune Bites, how are you going? What's going on, man?
You know, I'm a little tired, man. I'm a little tired. I was swimming all day. I mean, you saw me out there. That little island in the back, dude, I went all the way out to there, caught a crab, had some fresh crab on the beach, came back here, figured, I saw you waving your signals telling me it's almost showtime.
So it's like, come on, man, get in here. We got the show. Yeah. I've got a couple of shrimps on the bobby, mate. It's time to go. I'm excited to be here, man. This is a great this is a great celebration of our show. This is our first milestone, 10 episodes. It almost cues we should play the Crab Rave song, shouldn't we? Just to celebrate.
Please no. No Crab Rave. Save that for Tuesdays, Thursdays, and maybe Fridays.
Yes. Well, how's it going? How are you feeling today? I'm super stoked to be here for the for episode 10. We've been doing this for 10 weeks now. Well, almost 10 weeks.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I know we've been talking about doing stuff for episode 10 for a little bit, and it's finally here, and I am absolutely loving it. I'm having a Baja blast, as you all know.
I'm sitting here with my flannel unbuttoned. I've got how many buttons down? I've got 2 buttons down. Another beer, and I'll be another couple buttons down. So thankfully, we're on coffee today.
I don't think the internet can handle that.
Probably not. Probably break the internet. So we're gonna get into the show with a voicemail that we have ready to go. Now this one we have a serial voicemail lever. Some fictitious character out there is leaving voicemails consistently every week. So I'm excited to hear what this one is all about. So let's flick on over to this.
Okay, so I was away on vacation last week, but it got me to thinking there are plenty of places to travel. So here's my question for the pit this week. We've got mountains versus desert versus the beach.
Oh boy.
Well, you know what, Mr. Voicemail Lever, I think your question has already been answered.
Yeah, so I mean,
mountains versus desert versus beach. Well, I think we've sorted that out for you already, haven't we?
Exactly. I mean, how perfect is that?
Oh, it's so good. Those who are listening to the audio only version, we've got ourselves green screened on the beach as to celebrate. So there's the joke for you. So I suppose. Well, how would you answer that question anyway?
Truthfully, as much as I like the beach, I have a horrible fear of open water. Like, even if I'm in a pool by myself, I can't stand it. I get super nervous. Mm-hmm. So I am a mountain guy all the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose Pennsylvania is very mountainy and very hilly. At least, well, in eastern PA where I grew up. I don't know how it is over there in Yinsville, but so very mountains.
I'm fortunate enough to live in the Ohio River Valley. So I wake up in the morning, I look out, and there I can see it's actually kind of like, just a tad picturesque, because I get a little bit of the river, a little bit of the valley and the hills and whatnot. And it's nice. It is. It's a really nice view.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good answer to the question. Thank you so much, Mr. Voicemail Lever. I do know. I do know the real identity of.
I have a feeling too.
But we won't spoil it. So thank you so much for leaving a voicemail there. Just remember, if you're listening to the show and you want to leave a voicemail, you can call in on 1-315-314-4190 and leave a voicemail. You have a 100% chance of getting in on the show and saying something. And also remember to rate and share and blah, blah, blah. Listen on Spotify and iTunes to help the show grow. Did you know we have 11 5-star ratings on Spotify?
11 5-star ratings? You mean people actually like listening to us?
They do. And I have something else to share with you that I have not told you yet.
Okay.
I received an email here as I hold up my iPhone 12 mini. Mm-hmm. I don't know how legit it is, but of course, me being the harborer of hope in anything I do, I always, you never know.
Exactly.
I received an email from podstatus.com. Hope all is well. I have some cool information that might interest you. Your podcast, Breakfast of Champions, has good performance in Apple Podcast rankings in the last 30 days. We are positioned 34 in the games category in Australia. We are positioned 41 in the games category in the UK. We are positioned 101 in the games category in Brazil. And we are positioned 220 in the leisure category in Australia.
Nice.
Is it that great?
Look at that, dude. That's exciting.
I'm super
very
stoked.
exciting. Yeah. I'm very happy to hear that, because that's, like I say every time when you talk about, how we're doing, I love hearing it, and that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It makes this episode just that much sweeter to hear that news.
Yeah, I know. So we're doing something, and people are obviously listening to it. So we've had 175 downloads in the last 30 days of our show, so over 250 total. Countries, I feel like this is great to start the show off with the countries that we're being listened to. So we're being streamed in North America, Europe, Asia, and the Oceania region, which is, of course, Australia, all that stuff. So US, Australia, UK, Singapore, Germany, China, Netherlands, Sweden. So people are out there. Our voices are echoing on the walls of the world. It's
nice, man. I'm glad. Soon I can call myself Mr. Worldwide.
Pitbull himself. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who's watching the live stream right now. We've got a couple gifted subs and subscriptions to the channel as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the show. So it's been a little while since we've been able to catch up. How's your week been, man?
It's been good. Didn't really have a lot going on outside of I put out a couple gameplay videos. That's something I kind of shifted to. So before I was doing game mods, and when I mean like game mods, like console, just little Game Boy stuff here and there. And I figured, why not just do gameplay? So I've been going through my vast Steam catalog and showing games for, the would-be Steam Deck owner to go, I wonder if this game plays. Well, one-stop shop, baby.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I've been doing that. Been streaming here and there. You could say I've been working a little bit this week.
Oh, you're dabbling in a little bit of work, yes.
Dabbling in a little bit of work. I mean, here I am on vacation at the beach, but I've been really, truthfully, I've been really working on upping my stream game. So I'm very, very excited with that front there. And then, dude, been out on the bike. You can't get me off of that thing. I've gone out this week. I think, I don't know, at least 6-7 times, a couple of them multiple times a day, dude. I get on that thing and I go around. I'm going to new places. Like today I went out around 8 this morning, didn't come home till 10. And then went out around 5 o'clock, didn't get back till almost 7. So
gee, where are you going on that thing, dude? You've got a new lease on life.
Dude, I'm cruising and get this. So my neighbors, actually the town I live in is becoming a lot, is becoming very popular with, Latinos and all that stuff, which is wonderful because we have a Honduras restaurant that just opened. We have a Mexican grocery store coming in. That's going to open shortly. So I'm loving it. And my neighbors are from Brazil. Okay. They speak zero English. They know hello and hi.
Well, they're probably one of the 220 people listening to us in Brazil in the games category.
Hoping.
So, woohoo!
I mean, but so I came back. I got back from my morning ride, and I'm sitting there with Mrs. KB. We're outside, and my neighbor yells over, and he goes, "Hi!" And he looks at me, points at the bike, and he's going like this. So I'm like, "Yeah, man, thanks." And he jumps down. So he goes around, jumps down. Like there's in between our houses, they have like this weird stair thing that goes from their front porch all the way to the back. So he jumps over this like railing, comes down, starts speaking to me. Well, I find out that through Google Translate, which what a time to be alive that I can have a full conversation with a guy that I don't even, you know what I mean? How wonderful is that? But turns out this guy, when he was in Brazil, he rode one of the deadliest roads in the world, the Trans-Amazonian Highway.
Oh, wow.
Which, if you look it up, dude, he said, I've ridden the Trans-Amazonian Highway, and he's going like this.
Oh, wow.
Right? You look at YouTube videos or pictures of it, it is legit. It goes through the rainforest, unfortunately, which is one of the issues with it, that it's a dirt road and washes out, and people get stuck, people die. Like, it's insane. But here, dude, he's super into motorcycles. He's taking Snapchats of my bike. I turn it on for him, and he's crawling all over it, smile ear to ear. It absolutely made my day today.
Oh, that's good. Good for him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice to have something that brightens your day.
I can tell you, dude, before I would pre-bike, I would sit at home, play video games. Now I'm a gamer that goes out and touches grass. Can you believe it?
You're a hybrid. You're a hybrid human, man. It's
dude, right?
I love it. But yeah, we've got Lil Giggles in the chat at the moment saying, "I love that translator at work. It's a blessing." It was. It's very handy. You know, we're at the point now in technology where you can literally talk into your phone and then hold it out to somebody who doesn't speak the same language as you. So, I mean, Google Translate isn't 100% perfect thing though, but it is very convenient.
I mean, I could see like some of the sentences got a little chopped, but if I can read the words and put two and two together, I can kind of figure it out. And same for him, I'm sure.
Oh, but absolutely.
Like I said, I wave to him and I give him a smile and say hello when I see them. But like, other than that, I don't know. I think what Brazilians speak a version of Portuguese or something like that. Yep. So I don't know that, dude. All I know in Spanish is sí, gracias, and cervezas.
I can barely speak English, dude. So
I can barely speak. I can speak Pittsburgher just fine.
Oh yes. Speaking of other languages, we have DJ Bob in the chat saying he's got a buddy at work from Chile, and he tells me all kind of fun stuff. He probably sounds like a really chill guy, doesn't he? Really cool dude.
He does. I bet. But yeah, that's about what I've been up to. How's everything in the Upside Down?
Well, in the Upside Down, it's it's been a busy week. This weekend in particular was it's been very difficult for my son to leave the house. Like, trying to do anything is like, come on, let's go to the cafe, let's go to the supermarket, and it just ends up in tears and whatever. So I can't say we've done a whole lot, but I did catch up with some IRL friends who actually do frequent the chat and often comment on things in the chat and on YouTube as well. They go by Shanicles and Large Theodore.
Okay.
Two of my great IRL friends. It was really great to catch up with them. My son was in love with Shanicles. He was like, it all starts with like, he's a bit shy to see new people. Because thankfully we did get him to the cafe yesterday, but he's a bit shy to see new people. And when he was like looking at her, and he was like, and he had like a little coloring book and some Crayola like coloring pencils and stuff. He's like, "Can you hold these?" And then eventually like we swapped places, and he was like showing her all the iPad games that he had. It's so cute. Honestly, it's so cute.
That's awesome,
dude. The another interesting thing that I have to share with you. Last week we talked about my latest vinyl release. As of now, I think there's about 125 copies left, so we've pretty much sold about 50% of the first run, which is insane. The Boundless, the Earthbound tribute record I did last year has now sold out everywhere aside from this. I had a look on a website called discogs.com. Now, for those who don't know what Discogs is, it is a website or just an app. It's kind of like a trading post where you can buy any kinds of music, whether it's like cassette tapes or vinyl records. Because I've got a lot of my my Japanese jazz fusion vinyls like Cassiopeia and T Square. I've got them from Discogs.com. I decided to look up my musical project Retro Game Remix on there just to see. So somebody is selling one of my Boundless vinyls on there for $94.25 Australian cents.
Wow.
And they say that it's sealed, never been touched, blah blah blah. So it's like, oh my god, like I've made it to a secondhand trading post site.
Look at you, dude, moving up, man.
I wouldn't say moving up. I just thought it was weird. It's like, okay, so somebody's somebody obviously thinks that my music is worth something.
Well, I mean, it's definitely worth something if it's sold out. And
True.
The fact that it's popping up on a secondhand site, that's amazing.
Oh yes.
I might have to cash in my Boundless record so I can get another Steam Deck, and
Well, that's another that's another thing, man. Is we're just full of segues here today. So the Steam Deck, you have your Steam Deck already. I pre-ordered mine back in March. The pre-order window for mine has moved forward. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, oh my God, I've got to like scramble together like the rest of the Steam Deck money, because you can just add your money to your Steam wallet. And then when they send you the email, it's just like, boom, pay for that. And then it ships. So, it's all happening here. It's sometimes
you have a lot going on down there.
I do. We do have a lot more going, and I have more to say, but I won't share unless I find out the results of something specific, which we may address next week.
Okay.
So, we have Tenkogar in the chat, a great friend from California, I think the San Diego area. He asked, "What game is number one for the Steam Deck?" Aaron, this is all yours, man.
Ah, man, number one. I know for me, and it seems like it's all I've been seeing on the internet. Spider-Man Remastered. Today, I saw a mod where you can put Kermit the Frog in there. So
I saw that too.
You can web swing through New York City as Kermit the Frog. You can go, oh, look out, here I come. So, Uncle Ben, I'm coming for you. Exactly. So you can do that, but all jokes aside, man, I would definitely say Spider-Man Remastered.
Interesting.
Now, if it also matters, what you want to play. I mean, if you want to play indies, Cult of the Lamb. I have been absolutely addicted to that game, and I have the attention span of a pea when it comes to video games. So, like, for me to actually complete a game, it means that game had something that hooked me and made me, come back time and time again.
Sure.
Cult of the Lamb is doing that to me. So I'm at the last boss. I have a couple things I have to do before I finish off this, whatever the end boss is. I don't know yet. I kind of have an idea, but I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to start assuming things. So I'm there for the ride, man. But that's another wonderful game if you're into indies. And then, you have the vast array of other mods and things you can run on the Steam Deck. So it's really, yeah, exactly. So really it's one of those, how it comes down to your play style and what you enjoy playing. If you want AAA games, they're there.
It's everything's there. I mean, you can play everything on there. I would actually be interested to see if somebody is able to make a Vectrex thing for it, and like a little mount where you can hold the console straight, like standing up vertically, and play that way. But I don't know. It's not necessarily ideal. Actually, the Switch would be better for that. You can put it in a little stand-up thing and then use your Joy-Cons.
That would be cool.
Because the Switch Joy-Cons are very similar to the Vectrex controller. So,
well, good thing somebody in your Discord who 3D prints, because maybe that said person could 3D print a Vectrex stand, put their Switch in it, and report back to you, DJ Bob.
Oh yes, we've got a lot of creative people, and
we do.
I want to say too, if you're listening to the show, and we mention the Discord all the time, I'm going to leave links in the I think on Spotify and iTunes. I can leave links, and on YouTube as well. I'm going to leave the link to our Discord community. We have a lot of great people that chat all around the world in our Discord community. I'm very proud to have to be a part of that. Because that's how you and I met, and that's how we've met other people as well. There's just, everybody's really wholesome, really great. It's a very positive community. So if you like this show and you're wanting to maybe chat with us or chat with the people that watch the show, or find some like-minded people, I'll leave the link there for the Discord community. Please join. We would love to have you. So with that being said, we've got a lot of news for the show today. So let's flick on over to our Newsbyte. Did you know that we are famous on TikTok?
Are we famous on TikTok? Man, I talk about making it, you know?
I've always wondered, how do these, millennials get out there and just, start doing dabs and whatever they're doing, the dances and stuff. I would never sell myself out like that. So we've been posting a lot of clips on TikTok. And I can't believe this now because, you're close to 50. I'm close to 40. TikTok is not the place that we should be, really.
No, the only place I should be hanging out is a geriatric center, man. That's it.
Yeah, you probably get your AARP card in the mail tomorrow, man. So I've been posting a lot of highlights of ours on TikTok, and so if anybody wants to follow, it's at Breakfast of Champions _. One of our reels, and we talked about it last week, I think. One of our reels has over 12,000 views on it right now. And those are big numbers to me because I'm the kind of guy when I upload a video to YouTube, 100, 200,
Yeah,
and I know that may seem like I'm just discrediting that, but it's still a lot of views. But I've never been able to get that like thousands, hundreds of thousands kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I've never been good looking enough. But thankfully, now that I have you here.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could assist.
We are skyrocketing. But I wanted to talk about this because one of our reels has 138 comments on it, and it is one of the most divisive comment sections I've ever seen in my life.
Oh no!
And this will go into this topic for the Newsbyte here. And it's you know what the reel is. What is it?
Is it our wonderful take on PS5?
Yes, and
PS5 exclusives.
Where did we rank our PlayStation 5?
Oh, I want to say we put that on B tier.
Yes, we absolutely did.
Yeah, we most certainly did.
Some people were reasonable, but some other people were just like, you sure you're talking about the right console? I got a pretty big stack of games for my PS5 and I play it almost every day. In Australia, we can't even get a console. Let's see. I agree as a PS5 user, but it's about performance for me. So, some people were reasonable enough to agree with us, but then there are other people that were like, you guys are Nintendo fanboys. You guys, it's obvious that you only play Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I love it. Give me Steve.
The thing that happened. Oh yeah, it's that they put Switch in S tier. Who gives a F what they think? Okay. And somebody was commenting on you, man, out here comparing Switch haptic to the PS5.
It's the same technology, man. Well, I have to say I kind of dismiss a lot of those comments because when you try to talk to me about PS5 exclusives and your first opening argument is, well, it has Ghost of Tsushima. That's a PS5 exclusive. It's like, my guy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I bought that on my PS4 a couple years ago. Like,
here's another one. You guys sound like fanboys stuck on nostalgia. A lot of those consoles you put in S and A tier were garbage. Don't you dare talk to me about that Vectrex that way.
You know who that was? Probably 66 JD.
Yeah, probably.
When we did that list, I figured that there would be some sort of
course,
flack for a lot of the things. But when you look at where a lot of those consoles were ranked technology wise,
sure,
and for the time period and everything, it all makes sense. But if you look at it from a fanboy point of view, of course you're going to feel like, somebody's, attacking your precious, thing that you're playing with all day long. You're like, yo, how dare you say the Game Boy Pocket is inferior?
I know.
Like, I'm sorry, man. It's just a small Game Boy. Like,
it's just all, depending on the opinion of the person. But the reason why I brought this up, yes, I wanted to talk about our little TikTok thing. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And,
it is.
By the way, TikTok as well as Instagram at Breakfast of Champions. I'm posting reels nearly every day. So if you want to see highlights of the show, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And please make sure if you're just listening to audio versions, please subscribe on YouTube because we've got those updates, uploads happening every week. The PS5, however, is getting a price increase. And I found this interesting to add because obviously picking it back off of us, putting this as B tier, not only is it hard to get already, I've never seen one out in the wild, it's going to be more expensive to get. And I saw a couple comments floating around online saying that great, Sony's now selling it for scalper prices. I need to find the exact number that they're increasing it to. But I think it definitely feels like, okay, obviously everything's going up. Cost of living is going up these days. It is deflating. A lot of people in Japan are really angry as well because they're seeing the PS5 as a Final Fantasy 16 machine. So that shows you like the gravitas of that game. And people are desperate to get these things, but can't afford them. They can't afford them even less now too.
You know, you kind of feel bad for Sony because they sold the PS1. Had miraculous numbers. They sold the PS2 and we all know how that went.
Yes.
They sold the PS3 for a high price and you saw how they had to double down and do a slight reduction to that to get more units out there. You get to PS4, everything's all gravy, man. You know, they're selling units. You go ahead and get to PS5 era and they can't gain traction at all. They're struggling to get chips. They're struggling to get units out. I mean, if you're struggling so much to get your next gen console out that you put the PS4 back into production to make your investors happy, something's going on there, and you have to feel bad for them because Microsoft is selling Series X's out the wazoo. I don't know what deal Microsoft has with the chip manufacturers, man, but they're selling them. I have a better chance of finding a Series S or even an X at like Sam's Club or Costco in person than I do trying to buy another PS5.
It's very funny. And you know, I mentioned the price increase. It's happening everywhere effective immediately except for the United States. So just to give you an example, effective, I think it's September something in Australia. The PS5 with the disc drive is now going to be $799.95, and I'm not sure what it was before that, but I just, you know, put it this way: I've only seen PS5s float around on the marketplace for close to four numbers. You know, the $1,000 mark. The digital edition comparatively is $150 cheaper. So PS5 digital edition is $649.95. That's still a lot of money for a console, man. These are kangaroo dollars. So that's probably 30 US cents. Canadian, it's kind of comparable. So PS5 with the Blu-ray disc drive is $649.99 Canadian dollars. Yeah, so it's difficult to see because I know a lot of people are working really hard to be able to afford what they can afford. Let's see. 02K in the chat says Japan went up 20%. So they're 60,478 yen. So that's, you know, that translates roughly to about $600 and something dollars. So that's a lot of money. So it's a lot of money.
And you know, you hear Sony's issues with selling units, you hear them raising the price, and then Valve is over here going, all right, do your reservation, here's your shipping window. And then, oh, congratulations, we're magically finding more units for you. And it's like they're like you said earlier, they shifted you into Q3 now. So great. It's wonderful, but when a brand new handheld PC comes out and they're able to sell that faster and better than a PS5, and I know Valve has made statements saying they will not raise the price. They said they would rather take the loss than, you know, and I know a lot of console companies take a hit when it comes to making and selling the hardware, because a lot of their stuff's in their software first parties. So it's kind of like Sony has to be sitting there going, what are we going to do? We don't have any games ready because obviously the pandemic caused a lot of headache for them.
Of course.
You know, they don't have any of these these console selling games out right now. They can't get a console to anybody. The scalpers are buying them all up and flipping them. So what do you do? You know?
I know. It's I just looked at the cost to manufacture a PlayStation 5 is about $450. I don't know how much they are. Let me look at GameStop.com. How much a PS5 is new there, unless you know off the top of your head.
I want to say 400 new. I could be wrong.
Consoles, PS5 consoles. So $459.99.
Okay.
So that's with the disc drive, and then $359.99 for digital edition. It's so weird for me to see these lower numbers here on GameStop, because it's like, people were paying like literally $1,000 plus for these just recently. So, I mean, this goes with everything. There's been a price increase in a lot of things on the technological front, like you said. But the one thing I really like that Valve is doing, to piggyback off your thought, is that pre-order window. So people reserve one, and then they can expect to play this when they get their email. They have 72 hours to pay for it, and then it comes in the mail a couple days thereafter. That's a really great way of doing it, and that's what Sony should be doing, because I know for a lot of people, they're I think our friend in the chat, Nerdwire, works within the video game market, the retail market. And I'm sure he can probably speak to the availability of PS5s. People probably try and get a little bit of information on when the next shipment is coming. So people line up at these brick and mortar stores, these chains. So it's very difficult for people to get them.
It is, and the one thing I will say Sony's trying to do is they have that PS Direct, and you go into a queue, and then you're sitting there waiting for essentially a lottery to happen. If they would just go the Valve route and say, yeah, man, you could pay full price and we'll ship it to you when we get it, I guarantee you they would see a lot more numbers on the books than they would doing it the lottery way. Okay, well, hey, get in line and hopefully you'll get it.
Yeah, this is interesting. So Nerdwire comments, minimal, once a month, allocations at low double digits in every case. Interesting. Shiny Bird in the chat at the moment says, I have PS5 and I'm very disappointed that they don't have any PS5 exclusives. Even those that were PS5's exclusives were brought to PS4 later, so it makes me think, what's the point then? So I can definitely see, it's like there's a lot of frustration on a consumer level. I mean, just I have a PS5. I had a stack of PS5 games. I sold them all. I mean, really, the only exclusive that I had was the Spider-Man Miles Morales. But even then, it's just,
and that was DLC to a PS4 game.
It was like a 5-hour game.
Yeah,
it was done and over with really quickly. So
yeah, it's I don't know. It sucks, man. And like I said earlier, you can see why a lot of the Sony fanboys get a little upset when you say PS5 has no exclusives, because they're like, well, I've been playing Returnal. Okay, cool. Returnal is an exclusive.
Yeah.
1, Ratchet and Clank. That's 2.
Gran Turismo 7, or is that on PC as well?
That was on PS4 and PS5.
Okay.
So like to me, a console exclusive is it will not run on your last gen system.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I don't know.
I mean, not to mention that the cost of games as well. So let me look up Gran Turismo 7. I think brand new here is $124.95. PS5 Gran Turismo 7. $124 for a game.
And I think in Canada it's $100 too, or 100 maple syrup dollars.
Even on PS4, it's $109.95. That's a lot of money. That's just a lot. It's a lot of money, dude.
I thought paying $70 was a lot. I mean, and then this goes back to my thing that the Steam Deck has replaced a lot for me, because I'm paying $60 for the same game console people are paying an extra $10 for.
Exactly. That's ridiculous.
It's wild. But I mean, it's the time we live in. I mean, if you were to look at the way video games were priced when we were kids,
yes, I know,
and add inflation and everything to that, it's that we would actually be paying more for those games today than we would have back then.
Sure. Speaking of games, the Splatoon Global Test Fire Splatfest happened yesterday. Go Team Rock. Team Rock won. I was really excited too because I mentioned the Discord. We had our mod, shout out to Melark, who's at a Lady Gaga concert right now. Organized a really great community game night that happened over the weekend for this Splatoon Test Fire. I had the chance to jump on with you guys for like a half an hour or something like that. What did you think of the Splatoon Test Fire?
And this was something I want to get your thoughts on too, because I've played, I never got a chance to play Splatoon 1. So my first introduction to it was Splatoon 2. I thought it was a really cool game. I was a little confused at the somewhat, I know there's things you can do in single player, but I love a good story mode and then the multiplayer. And it just seemed like Splatoon's more of a get with your friends and play games, which is fine too. I really hope.
I was DJ Bob in the chat said, if you can't handle me at my Gaga, you don't deserve me at my Baja.
Oh my God.
That's really
wonderful. Good. I love it.
So Splatoon, yes.
So I know Nerdwire had asked all of us that at midnight last night what our thoughts were, and my immediate thought was it's Splatoon. It's Splatoon with Splatoon. It's just a number 3 added on to the end of it, and I'm sure they're gonna have other things added to it, which are I would hope that they add more, because I felt like I was just playing Splatoon 2 with better servers, even though we got disconnected out the wazoo.
Yeah. So you played. Have you played Splatoon 1 and 2, or just 2?
Just 2.
Okay.
Just 2.
Splatoon 1 did have an online component. Like what I do with Splatoon in the 2 games that I've played is I go through the story mode and I blast all that out, and that's a really good way to get you to get your hands around the controls and all that stuff. It's a very, very fun game. For those that don't know what Splatoon is, it's this turf war where you play as little squid kids with your paint guns, and you just go around and paint everybody. And it's Nintendo's answer to the multiplayer shooting games, but it's more kid friendly. It's presented really well, and I think it's really fun. I love Splatoon, so I'm very, very excited for Splatoon 3 to come out here in early September. But the test fire that they had over the weekend, I think, was really just to test server capabilities. So if it was dropping out, then it's probably good that it was dropping out, so they can figure that out. But I'm super keen. I actually want to know what's happening in the world of Splatoon as well. How they get to this weird desert oasis city and stuff like that. So people like that, and I'll probably buy the amiibos as well.
and that's where I'm hoping that they have this fleshed out story on how you got to that desert little spot.
Sure.
How we're here. So it's like I'm hoping that there's enough content and substance there to really reel me in, because otherwise, to me, it's like Mario Kart. I play that online with everybody to have fun, and that's what Splatoon is for me. It's fun. It's Splatoon. You know.
It's really nothing more than that, and that's fine. But a lot of people take it super seriously, and I kind of think that I'll get into it. Like as soon as my son goes to bed every night, honey, I'm sorry, dinner's gonna have to wait. I need to go splat myself, and I'm just gonna go, and do that every night. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
It will be, and now that the Discord has game nights now.
Yes, of course.
That'll be a fun one, because from what I hear, as long as Nintendo doesn't back down on this, we should be able to do in chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. We should be able to do like full custom lobbies. So if it's 4v4, that's 8 people, and I think last night we had over 8 people. So
we did. I think there was like maybe 12 people at once. It's really great. It's very forward thinking of Nintendo to be considering that, even though this is something that we had like 10 almost 20 years ago with like Halo 2 multiplayer, you know what I mean?
I mean, but like they and this is what frustrates me with Nintendo, man. They put 4v4 in Splatoon, but I can't get true 4v4 in Strikers. Come on, man.
I know.
Like,
I love it. There's one last big tech giant that we haven't spoken about yet, and we are going to chat about that just now.
All right, so today's topic involves one of video games, big, I guess, giants at this point. Old Phil Spencer, he's in the news. All right, and Phil Spencer, he's making a pretty interesting claim, and he's saying that he believes games being exclusive to one platform will be something that happens less and less as we move forward. And I would love to see that. I would love to see no exclusives. I would love to be able to buy and play Halo on my next PlayStation, whatever, if they ever, come out with a PS5. If we can ever move away from that, I would, love to play Halo on the PS6. Or like Super Nintendo had said, Splatoon 3 on Steam Deck. I mean, I'm sure it'll happen anyway. Exactly, yeah, it'll happen anyway. But I think it's very interesting because this is something that I've had discussions with some of my friends that I game with. We've all talked about, like, we all drive cars, or we at least know cars run on gasoline. You can have a Mercedes and it's going to take the same gas as your Ford Focus. So it's like, why not? Why is it that we can't have consoles where the Xbox is running what PlayStation has? PC's already doing it. You can get your Dell, your Asus, your
dude, you got a Dell.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can have whatever and it's going to run the same game. So why is it, why can't that happen? And it's very interesting to see Phil Spencer talk about that, because they're buying up all of these different gaming companies, all these different developers, and to say, like, yeah, we're not gonna, like, in the future there's not going to be any exclusives. So to me that means, yeah, we're going to own them, we're going to make money off them either way, and here's the games. You want to play next Call of Duty? Here you go. It's there. It's where anywhere you want to get it. You want to play the next Forza? It's wherever you want to, whatever system you have, whatever you want to use.
I think that's Microsoft's way of the future, and they've talked about doing that, because I think all that ideology starts with Game Pass. For those that don't know what Game Pass is, the reason why I always say this is because I know my parents are listening. They're like, what the hell is he talking about? So Game Pass is this feature. It is like the Netflix of games through Xbox. So you can subscribe to this monthly service. For me, it's like $15 a month, and I can play all these games that basically come to this subscription service. So some new games, some old games, some AAA games, like Halo was released. The newest Halo was released on Game Pass. So like that's incentive for a lot of people who can't maybe afford a brand new game to play a brand new game on this subscription service. And this is something that's accessible through your PC, your Xbox Ones, your One S, your Series X, your Series S. I think you can do Game Pass on the Steam Deck, or if not, they're talking about a way to transition that into happening.
Yeah, so you can use xCloud on the Steam Deck, and Microsoft is allegedly working with Valve to have full PC Game Pass on Steam. So
that's huge. That is huge.
It really is, and it's interesting to see Microsoft's take on everything, because it kind of also leads into something that a lot of people. I've noticed that there's a split. Some people don't like games as a service, and I'm strictly talking about Game Pass. Some people don't like it because there's always games in rotation. If you have an attention span like a pea, like I do, for video games, you're not gonna you might play Deep Rock Galactic for 5 hours,
sure,
and go, wow, I really like that game. I want to go play Halo. Halo's never going to leave Game Pass, so you can play it, and then once you're done, let's say you want to go back to Deep Rock Galactic. Well, surprise, surprise, it's gone because you've waited a year to jump back in again. And a lot of people don't like that. They want to be able to have their games. And I personally like it because I play everything, man. I was playing lawn mowing simulator a couple weeks ago just to play it, man. Same with power washing simulator. Like I'll play whatever, you know. And to me, Game Pass is wonderful. From what I hear, I think the next version of the Samsung TVs is going to come with Game Pass integration.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. You can even see Sony sees how great it is. They're jumping on board. Nintendo's trying to Nintendo their way into the market of that. Even Netflix, they're trying to get into it. So like I see the future being that. And like DJ Bob also said, give me the option to buy physical, so you can have it, or at least make it so you can have it and it's not going to get delisted. And that's the other issue with a lot of that.
Exactly.
But to bring it all back, I do see this being the future of an exclusive list thing, you know?
I think there's only a certain number of companies that are going to get on board with that. Microsoft is one, because Microsoft, again, that's their ideology now, because they've really shifted as a company over the last 10 years, especially from when they announced Xbox One, which was all TV. And now it's just like Xbox is now transitioning from, yes, they will always have hardware, I'm sure, but it's now becoming more of a service rather than a product that you can buy, which is fine. So I'm sure we'll probably see like, your Rokus and your Chromecasts that probably have Xbox Game Pass ability, because a lot of those games are streamed in some instances. I could be totally wrong.
They are. So when you use xCloud, it's primarily streamed. And I want to say if it's anything, like if they have some sort of Game Pass on a Roku or a Chromecast, it's going to be streaming just because where are you going to download it to, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. There was a console that came out, I want to say like a good 5 or more years ago, that was trying to come out with that idea. Google Stadia attempted to do that, I think, but there was another one. It wasn't the Ouya.
I was just about to ask you if it was the Ouya.
I had that.
Did you?
I did, and funnily enough,
way.
I was able to sell it on for more than I paid for it, because that's somebody. I mean, that's a good little mod console. But I felt there was something in the middle there. I can't remember what the name of it was, but like their only killer app was like Assassin's Creed. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the idea of being able to buy things. I'm such a traditionalist. Call me a boomer, but I love the ability to go down to the shops, buy my game physically, and then have that be that. Whereas I think Microsoft is really trying to tailor that culture to just being, you want our games, just subscribe to our monthly thing. And inherently, I think the idea is they'll be able to make more money on live. That 02K in the chat says it was called the On Live Live console. What's it? Let me just quickly. On Live's flagship product was its cloud gaming service. So it's dead now. Yeah. So if you want to check that out, On Live, go look it up. But yeah, it was basically like a Netflix streaming thing. But Microsoft is now becoming into that service where it's just like, you subscribe and you pay $15 a month. It's probably a lot easier to get $15 a month out of 1,000 people than it is to get $69.99 or whatever for one physical game. However, me personally, I love my Switch games. I love to go buy my Switch games physically. For example, I played Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition digitally. I bought it digitally, and then you bet I double dipped and I bought it from PlayAsia for $79.95. You know what I mean? Some of these things I gotta have on my shelf, whether I play them or not, and that's just my collector nature. I love that stuff, and as long as that stuff is still there for me to do, as long as I have the option to do that, it's fine. But the thing is, Nintendo will probably never, ever, ever deviate from their game plan of here's our console, here's our games. That's it. They exist outside of this sphere, and we've known that for forever.
It's it's interesting to see because I always feel like Nintendo's 5 steps back from what is going on in the industry. And I'm kind of, looking forward to the day when I can go on my PlayStation, my future PlayStation, and see a Game Pass app that I download, and then I have an Xbox launcher there, and I just play everything. And it has, it has the PS control overlays there in it. So instead of saying, hit what is it, like hit Y, it's triangle. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. That's what I would like to see, and I feel like that's the direction they're going in. And for Phil Spencer to come out and say, yeah, I don't see exclusives being a thing.
It's a huge deal
in the future. Yeah, that says something. It's kind of like a glimpse into what they're seeing for the next 10 years.
It reminds me of the way the music industry has trended because, it's really hard to get people to buy your music. And I'll tell you this. So here's some statistics. When I released Livestream digitally, I sold 10 copies. That's it. 10 copies. Mm-hmm. I'd sold no more. And I haven't sold any more since May. Physically, I sell over 120 vinyls in a week. On the flip side of that, do you remember when ShareBear and LimeWire and all that stuff was a thing?
I do.
People were so into downloading music for free and having the left-handed versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't want to buy things. People were pirating albums. I used to go on the Pirate Bay and download albums. I know everybody did it. Whatever. I'm not going to shy away from that. I would be downloading entire discographies because sometimes things are hard to actually buy.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes Spotify. For you can listen to Spotify for free, or you can listen ad free for $12 a month or something like that for me in Australia. That's changed the way that we listen to music, and podcasts as well, because obviously we're being streamed on Spotify. So I just think there's plenty of options for people. I just think it's really interesting to see which company is going to come from what avenue for their sales directive or how you access their content. But yeah, for Phil Spencer to come out and say that's pretty interesting.
It is. It really is. It kind of makes me feel like we are in this golden age of playing games, because obviously if they're getting rid of the console exclusive game, I can most certainly see the price of Game Pass going up.
Sure.
So it's kind of like enjoy it while you can, because in the near future it might cost us more. You know what I mean? But
I would hope not, though.
I would hope not too. However, I would still rather pay anything's cheaper than $70 for a game.
Oh, I know.
So it's like, okay, if it costs me $25, I guess Phil, I'll pay it.
It just makes sense. I mean, like you can go, for example, last year the new Halo came out. You only need to spend $11 or something like that US. Jump on Game Pass, download it. Boom, there it is. You're playing a brand new AAA game with multiplayer. Yep. Because I think if you have does the Game Pass and come with the online stuff, or is it?
It does.
So there you go.
You get Mm-hmm.
That's it. So it's a no-brainer for a lot of people. So I think they're just trying to make everything accessible, and Microsoft has done really well with accessibility because they have. I remember seeing back last time I was in the States. I remember seeing a commercial, and it was this kid that was in a wheelchair. He was obviously he had some sort of disability, or he was handicapped, and obviously he can't hold a traditional controller. And me seeing a kid that has a difficulty and wants to try and do something, but they can't because they have a physical disability. Microsoft came out with a controller that works for people with disabilities and stuff like that. So they're playing into that market, and that's really great because they're all about accessibility and inclusivity for people playing games or who maybe can't afford it, or maybe they physically can't hold the traditional controller. So they certainly have changed their tune in the last 10 years. They're thinking forward. So good, bad, or indifferent. I think they're the least moving forward, and Nintendo's just over there. Here's our Switch Splatoon edition.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad, man. But at the same time, look at the climate for components. You know what I mean? It goes back to the pandemic kind of threw a wrench in that gear.
Sure, of course.
So it's like, God. Anyhow, at any rate, dude, this could be interesting to see where the industry moves from here.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the way that the industry is moving forward. We are going to offer a chance for you guys to actually call into the show here in just a minute. We're going to flick on over to our Chat with the Champs call-in segment. So get ready because we're giving some stuff away. Rightio. It's been a little while since we've been able to take some live calls because we've done a lot of guest episodes. But I really wanted to, again, continue to give back to those who are watching the show. So we had a little bit of technical difficulties before the show, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We most certainly did. But we have it kind of figured out.
We have it figured out. So unfortunately, Aaron can't hear anything that is coming from my PC other than me. I have it teed up. So if you want to call in, and let us know what sound it is. I probably should have played the "What's That Sound" segment. Whatever, doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Anyway, so we're gonna play a couple of sounds here, and if you want to call in and win some Steam codes, win some free games, hey, why not? So let's see if this works. Here's our first one of the day. Should I play that again?
Yeah, play it again.
Somebody wants to call in 1-315-314-4190. Let us know what game that's from. We would love to give something away. Do you have any ideas what that is?
I kind of feel like 66JD has it.
Yeah, okay. All right, we'll give it to 66JD. So 66JD commented Street Fighter. So yeah, it's Street Fighter 2, but we'll give it to you.
I was going to say so just so the chat knows what I have to do. So I have my AirPods and I have live Eric in this ear and delayed Eric in this ear. So you're
working with a delay here. All right. So if somebody wants to call in or I think you can call audio on Discord to our call. So if you're friends with us and I think you're on the Discord, I don't know, you might be able to do that way. Otherwise, if you want to call in, please. Here's the next sound. Let us know what game this is from. Do you know it?
Oh yeah, at least I think I do.
I would hope that you do. All right. I'm going to play it again. All right. If you know the sound and you want to win a free game, call in 1-315-314-4190. Oh, we have. I think Bullfrog's calling.
Yep.
Bullfrog, welcome to the call.
Hey.
How's it going? What's that sound?
I think it's Sonic jumping.
Correct. You have absolutely won yourself a free Steam key.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Very good, mate. Well, I'll message you with a free key after the show.
Sounds good.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Ta-da. Oh my God. Hang on. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you? How's it going? Sorry, who are we chatting with?
You're talking with Team Scissors Captain.
Oh, the Steve Team Scissors Captain himself. All right.
Yes.
Oh no.
So I think that
hang up on him
is the jump from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy.
The jump from Super Mario Land for the Game Boy?
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Should it be my final answer? I don't know.
It should not be your final answer.
Oh no. Okay. Well, now I'm a fool.
No, it's fine. Let me figure out another one for you here. I want you to get it. That was the Sonic jump sound, and Bullfrog actually called in whilst you were calling in. So let me play a brand new sound for you here. All right, here it is. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, so you might have to tune into the stream. All right, here we go. Oh, surely you'll get that one.
Give me one moment. My stream needs to catch up.
I'm sure you're going to get it.
play that one more time for me?
Play it one more time. All right, you got it. Here, hang on. Oh, hang on. I'm doing this from my web browser on my MacBook, so it's a bit behind.
Oh, I got it.
All right, what is it? What are we hearing? Sonic ring sound? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Well done.
Heck yes.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nerdwire, the team captain of Team Scissors on Splatoon.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, I'm glad you got
By
it.
the way, Team Scissors, better than Rock, even though you guys won. Have a good evening. Have a good show. I'm enjoying the podcast.
Thank you so much. Well, I'll message you with a Steam key afterwards, man.
Thank you.
All right. Ta-da.
Bye-bye.
I panicked because when Bullfrog called on Discord, it disconnected our call and I lost your video feed.
Yeah, well, I saw that, and I'm like, I'll just sit here but I could still hear you through the stream, so we were still good.
I tried not to panic. Okay, so what else do I have here? Okay, here's some good sounds. We've got 2 more Steam keys to give away here on our chat with the champs thing. So here's one here. Hopefully somebody can get it. What game is that from? Somebody wants to call in 1315-314-4190. What game is that from?
I know it.
I know you know it.
It's from Xenogears.
Xenogears. You haven't even played that, man. You wouldn't know if it hit you in the face.
No,
I
definitely.
All right,
I definitely wouldn't play this game.
I'm gonna play it again. If you want to call in 1315-314-4190, win yourself a free Steam key. Here is that sound. What is that from? It's a good one. It's a good one. I know some of you out there know it. You can. Man. I mean, I kind of, even if you don't get it, I mean, come on, I'm going to give it away to you. Should you call in or put in the chat? You should absolutely call in 66JD.
Oh boy.
You should. I mean, okay, here we go. Hello, welcome to the show. Who are we chatting to? And what's that sound?
This is DJ Bob.
Oh, it's Disc Jockey Robert. Oh yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going. What? Sorry, I can barely hear you over the sound of your dummy thick cheeks clapping behind you. What's that sound?
It's menu sounds from Final Fantasy VII.
Absolutely correct.
Hey.
Yeah, I had to hold the cheeks there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for holding your applause. Well, I'll message you with a Steam key, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yep.
Oh, good. Ta-da.
So the last game is actually a pretty big one too.
Is it really?
This is the one. It is. If apparently, allegedly,
nice.
It's big.
Let me see. I want to try and pick something a little bit more obscure here.
Okay. Just pick something from the Mega Drive era. No one will get it.
Oh, God. Okay. Here we go. I'm just looking up right now.
Okay.
What Steam key Shiny Bird says. So yeah, we're giving away Steam keys to games. This is probably the most AAA one that we are giving away here. So okay. I've got it here.
Okay.
Here it is. Yes, Shiny Bird, it is a random game we are giving away. Here's the sound. Okay, if you know what game that is from and you want to win yourself probably the most AAA game Steam key we have available, you can call in 1315-314-4190. Win yourself a free game.
I don't even know that.
Surely you do. You know it.
I have a guess, maybe.
You know it. You know it.
Oh, man.
I'll play it one more time for the kids at home. There it is. So if you want to win yourself a AAA game on Steam, as we both sit here on the beach with my shirt partially unbuttoned,
Oh man.
call in. That's yeah. DJ Bob, you could be. You're onto something there. Onto something there. I'll give you guys a hint. Oh, I don't need to. Hello, welcome to the show. Who are we chatting to, and what's that sound?
Hey, it's Beowulf.
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad, yourself.
Good, thank you. What's the sound?
Is that an Earthbound sound?
Is it an Earthbound sound? He says. Well, I think you might just be 100% correct.
Is it from Earthbound?
Something.
Yeah, it is Earthbound. That is the victory fanfare. So when you finish a battle or you level up or whatever, that's the sound you hear. So you know what? Thanks for calling in, Beryl. If you absolutely nailed it there, great one.
Man, congratulations.
Thanks,
Very good. Well,
I
hey,
didn't know it.
we owe you a Steam key then. So I'll message you. I'll message you afterwards with a Steam key. You get yourself a free game.
Nice. Well, thanks for having me on, mate.
All good, no problem. We'll chat to you soon. Ta-da.
Thank you.
There you go. We had so our winners today. You want to read off our winners today?
So our winners are 66JD, Bullfrog, Nerdwire, Disc Jockey Robert, and Beowulf. Congratulations to our 5 lucky winners today on Name That Sound.
Great job, everybody. So glad that we can continue to give away some stuff there. So, man, how you feeling about episode 10? That's it's a good episode, huh?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Man, it's great to sit here on the beach with you. I mean, if I look this way, it's like we're right there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You look a little bit more tan than I thought you would be, actually.
That's all that bike riding I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is. It's all that bike riding.
Kitsune bike, yes. Yes, so Shiny Bird, yes, we do this every week. We've got Shiny Bird in the chat asking, do we do this every week? Yes, we do.
We do.
As of right now, we do this every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, you can check out the edited episodes on our YouTube channel and Spotify and iTunes. So if you enjoy the show, please go give us a rating or please go subscribe to the channel on YouTube. You know, we are almost at 100 subscribers on YouTube. We've got 97 right now.
That's insane because
That's
I
huge.
for one know how long it takes to get people on YouTube, and
It's
to see it at that speed is just blowing my mind.
It's going really great, and the TikTok reels and stuff I think have really helped too, just in terms of visibility and all that stuff. So I think it's been really great, and we want to thank everybody who's stuck around here for the last 10 episodes. I look forward to 10 more, or maybe 10 times 10 more. We've got a couple more episodes lined up with some cool things, some cool guests as well. I'm not sure what the plan is for next week yet, but we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Any final closing thoughts before we flick on over to our post show?
Final thoughts would be, don't totally knock the Mega Drive until you've played it. That's what I'm gonna leave there. Okay.
Look, I'll say Gunstar Heroes is a really great game.
I mean, I own a lot of the Mega Drive stuff. I own a lot of the Sonic games on Game Gear, so those are just ports of the Mega Drive. So give the Mega Drive a shot. You know how people say give peace a chance. Give the Mega Drive a chance. Okay.
You're the John Lennon of the Mega Drive. And with that, we'll see you all next week. And for those who are watching live, stick around because we've got a great post show ahead of us. Ta-da.
Bye.